Good evening. This is David Lynn, and you're with me for another episode of Coffee Talk, the Sunday edition, number 548. It's 7 p.m. Central Time, Sunday, January the 11th, 2026. Heaven Hope. Hello, how you doing? Heaven Hope TV. Thank you for coming. Well, Rachel sent me a picture. Tommy Davis. Mom of four boys, my friend. Uncle Al. Die Bullfrog 79. How you doing? Please leave a like to support the channel. Unkael. It's Enrique Trevino. Pre-retirement days. Hello. How you doing, Betty? Ooh, God. I'm getting old. Hello, Melinda Elliott. Yoda's Bliss Life. Hello, Dave. How's it going? Rocket. Hello, Rocket. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Gary, my friend. Thank you for coming. Anne Marie, hello. Thank you for coming, young lady. Well, it's been a day. I visited a few folks today. I'm drinking coffee. This is a pod. A lot of times I drink stick coffee. No sugar. I'm using Carnation liquid creamers, the two of the little packs. I'm trying to drink as much water as I can. This is some of that Fiji water people seem to be crazy about. My daughter likes it. Prepper Book Club, thank you for coming in. Oh, who do we have here? We have somebody else. I think this new doesn't have a blue wrench. Let me see who we got here. Top chat. Where are you, my friend? Somebody new. Here we go. You are now a standard moderator on my channel. Thank you for coming. Let me take a look at you real fast. Coffee with milk. Yes, coffee with milk. I like milk. Well, actually, it's Carnation creamer. Sometimes I'll use powder. Like here's a pack, 100 pack of Carnation powdered. In here, well, looks like we're going to do an unbagging. This is a bag. The bag. It's an Amazon bag. I'll do an unbagging. Why, KP Heathen, my friend. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're doing well. You certainly got some really good posts going. Really like those posts. What have we here? I've been having difficulty finding stuff that I want. Here we go. This is a 3-pack, 3 feet. It's a USB-A to, this better be lightning. Looks like a C. Oh, it better not be a C. If it is, I'll have to use another adapter. But that's an unboxing or unbagging or whatever you want to call it. Let's see, where are we? Here we are. Trying to get things straightened out with my new truck. Need to get a charger in there on the dashboard. I thought I had the right thing before, did not. Lo and behold, we keep trying to figure it out. Let's see if this is going to do it. Yeah, this looks like a lightning. It is a USB-A. Pull this out. Stick this in. Let's see. Oh, yes, it's a lightning. So I can put this in my truck in the morning, and I can charge on the way to work. Hooray! I think I got the right one finally. I thought it was a USB-C to lightning, but it didn't take a USB-C. It took a USB-A, so I had to get that. The Rev. How's it going? I'm missing writing names down. KP Heathen. A friend from Louisiana. Heaven hope. Please feel free to drop your link. I do not care. I would think most of the people that are here now are already friends, but we do have new people coming in. Just trying to figure out who's here. Anybody new? New. Looking. VICENTERAMIREZ-61. This is somebody new. $24 subscribers, 53 videos. Well, 25. How's everybody doing? 9 in the house, 14 likes. Well, thank you, everybody. And again, I am drinking coffee. It's good. While I'm thinking about it, it is Sunday, so let's see. Sunday, yes. Sunday evening medication. Gotta take care of the basics. Tomorrow starts another day at school. Tuesday, I'm up to my rear end in ARD meetings for special education students. Been prepping up work. Tomorrow I go in, I start prepping up work for the following week. Takes me a while to get all that stuff prepped up for ARD meetings. But it is what it is. 43 degrees during the day, 34 at night. Didn't get down that cold here. We did have one night. Where it got down, I think, barely got down to 32. It's the only night we've had, you can technically say we had freezing weather. Got down to 32 for about 2 hours. That's been it. It's been a very It's been a very mild winter. I can say it's been a very mild winter. You got into the 50s. Well, he's further down the valley. He's several hours. He's maybe 4 hours, 4.5 hours south of me. So we got some good topics this evening provided by Uncle Al. I will also tell you this before we get into the topics and I start running people off. I did the count and the numbers of people who will qualify for the giveaway. I've got all the stuff for the giveaway. I just need to do it, and I didn't get it done this weekend. I've had stuff going on. I've been cooking. Today, I made a real nice breakfast. Lunchtime, I did 2-ish. I did burgers. I did cheeseburgers. And I actually ate cereal for supper myself. But had a nice taco for breakfast. My wife, I always do eggs with grits and bacon, and you know, I do a nice breakfast for her. Well, I just had everything blink. Luckily, I got a couple of power stations plugged in, and it's where I'm charging my stuff. Worst comes to worst, I can plug in a fan. Well, there we go again. Just blinked again. I don't know what's going on. Just in case I wig out, it was the tech. I don't know. But I haven't done the I haven't done the video. I'm sorry, I haven't done it. I know who's going to be in the drawing. I have all the stuff ready. I just need to, maybe one day this week I'll get it done and put together, and I'll get it out. I feel good when I get a couple of shorts out. I've done several shorts this weekend with over 1,000 views, 1,200 views. I did one that's a clinker. I don't know why. I used Brooks and Dunn music to it. I had used another one with a different Brooks and Dunn song, and it had like 1,200 views. This one was like, I think it's somewhere around 50 right now. I don't know what to tell you. But, food video, food related again. I do a lot of what I eat, and, what I cook or what I eat. Those are my videos, or what I eat at school. Those are a lot of my shorts. And for whatever reason, every so often something comes out of clinker. I don't know what to tell you. And you should always have flashlights around, battery operated. We've got multiples of these. Should always have flashlights. I won't show you I got a lot of that, but I don't show you these, but I got them. And they are loaded. Been a while since I'd opened my gun case, and I opened my gun case, and what was looking out at me? A 12-gauge pump shotgun. It's like, okay, if in an emergency, reach in, grab it, and you're ready to, deal with whatever. But it is what it is. No, it's not for the faint of heart. Every day I wake up, I thank God for the day, because, you don't know how many days you have. I'm 63 years old, and I may live another 30 years if I'm lucky, but you never know. So, starting with topic number 127, I guess that's where we left off. I was at 126. Where am I at here? No, excuse me. Starting with topic 122. It looks like a 127. Starting with topic 122. I'm blind. What can I say? I'm blind. Hello, Verna. How are you doing? SD Mountain Man. Good man. And Verna, Vase Place, thank you for stopping by. Reported by ABC, CNN, CBS, MSN, NBC, and Fox News. And again, most of these topics are from Uncle Al. And I will say I apologize if any of this bothers you. I apologize. I share a lot of opinions with Uncle Al. I don't agree about everything. I share a lot of opinions, but this is basically, to me, this is just straight news stuff, current important stuff happening. So a couple of things we're going to say about what's going on up in Minnesota. To preface this, Minnesota, beautiful country, 1,000 lakes or more. It's got noted for its lakes. The Twin Cities, of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Now, you have to understand the overwhelming population of Minnesota reside in those two cities. They're across the river from each other. The 90% of the population, reside in those two cities. And St. Paul tends to be, it's a little smaller. It tends to be more conservative, old school. Minneapolis, a lot more, got a big migrant community, a lot more liberal. That's where Ilhan Omar, radical congresswoman from Somalia, is always talking mess. That's where she resides. Yeah, busy afternoon. So there was a incident. An ICE agent shot a woman protester who he felt was trying to run him over. Probably not the brightest thing in the world. He was in front of her vehicle, on her bumper, right up on her bumper. And she put it in drive and started moving towards him. He felt threatened. He shot through her glass, hit her in the head, killed her. Well, there are a lot of protests, a lot of activism. They're trying to turn it into another George Floyd thing. They're trying to hype it up and turn it into another George Floyd series of protests and everything. And the liberal media, they're not, they're not telling it basically straight news. It's their spin. It's not like this is what happened. And then you can argue, certain things you can argue. But it's a big stink. And there's a lot of rioting and protesting about it. And the governor and the mayor, they're not doing anything to calm things down. And the governor is threatening to deploy National Guard to basically go against the federal Homeland Security and ICE trying to detain illegals. And they've got a list of illegals that have withdrawal orders that have already had courts say you got to go. Got to list them with they've committed some crimes. There's a big stink up there right now about daycare centers. Apparently, they had some Somali immigrants and people affiliated with Somalia that were up there because there's a big community of them. And they were basically milking the government for money for daycare. And some of these places didn't even have any kids, but they were getting money for child daycare, and there was no, it's just a scam. And all that's coming out. So it's a big stink going on right now. And that would be topic 122. So Trump has warned Governor Walz to get his act together, or he will send in, forces to do so, Topic number 123. And topic number 123, reported by mass media in Europe. Berlin and Vienna go dark. 50K, just thousands and thousands without power. Radical liberal and leftist groups are to blame for damaging the grid. Apparently, there's some sabotaging going on over there. They're damaging the grid with the intentions of knocking out power. And they blame Russia and the U.S., reportedly. You know. So that's going on. They're having problems over in Europe. They have issues over there about immigration. They have issues over there, people from the Near East, Middle East. Muslims going into Christian countries, trying to bring Sharia law, trying to forcibly convert, attack people who are not Muslims. They don't want to, they don't want to take on the language and the culture of where they're going. They expect, everybody else to basically bow to them and to their religious beliefs and to their, and basically they're trying to Islamify Europe. Big stink. Yes, socialist. Big stink. Big stink. Topic 124. Reported by Wall Street Journal, Business Insider, New York Times, CNN, MSN, NBC, and Fox News. Damage caused by Biden and the auto pen. And that was a big scandal during the transition to the Trump administration. A lot of stuff came out. A lot of decisions and a lot of things that were being done in Biden's name, Biden had nothing to do with. That was his group in the White House, and they were basically passing a lot of executive orders and doing a lot of stuff by auto pen, pardons, a lot of stuff that he had nothing to do with. Calls into question, is it legal? Is it valid? A lot of stuff about that. Executive orders by former President Joe Biden are no longer legally binding on the grounds of dementia. Economists recommend stockpiles of food and cash for the next 3 months, January, February, and March of 2026. They fear a massive financial upheaval in food and monetary systems starting in June of 2026. Yeah, we do. We need to stick to our constitutional Republican rights. People talk about a second civil war. They're talking about the Democrats now are, a lot of them, the radical states, the worst of the worst, that want to defy federal law. They want to defy immigration law. They basically want to, they're not enforcing laws when it comes to criminals. This cashless bail, criminals with multiple crimes under their belt being let out to continue to commit crimes. Really horrible stuff going on. A lot of these so-called judges that are appointed aren't even lawyers. They don't know what they're doing, but they're very liberal, and they've got their liberal. They're basically wearing their liberal opinions on their sleeve, and that's how they make decisions. A lot of crap going on. So they say stockpile. Well, I always say for emergencies. You know, I'm on the Gulf Coast. We're subject to hurricanes and storms and such. Power outages. Do you have a couple of weeks worth of food stored up? If you could not go to the store and get in a store, if you could not turn on your tap and have water come out, do you have a water supply for a couple of weeks? Do you have gallons of water stored up? Drinkable water? Do you have food that you can eat? Canned goods, freeze-dried goods, perhaps humanitarian military type rations? Do you have a supply of that to feed yourself and your family? You know, can you heat water? Do you have a means to boil water? Do you have a supply of your medication? You take medication? Do you have your medication? You know, lots of stuff that you got to think about. Very important stuff. If you agree with me, please indicate your comments. I appreciate reading what you're having to say. Topic number 125. I'm gonna try to get through through 130 tonight. We are 32 minutes into the live stream. Topic number 125. Please feel free to respond. I appreciate your responses as I drink my coffee before it gets cold. Oh man. Reported by independent media outlets versus the mass media. Tim Pool, Sky News, NHK News, BBC News, etc. Woman Democrat activist admits fault over ICE shooting in Minneapolis. Hadn't heard that one. The CBP shoots suspect trying to run them over. Meanwhile, liberal mass media are using the playbook that used for black gang bangers. Of course, CNN screwed this up by showing a teenage black gangster instead of suburban white mom terrorist. I don't know. One thing that I thought was funny here a while back, CNN Mike Tapper, they were doing an article or news story about the bomb maker that had left a bomb outside the Republican office and outside the Democrat office in Washington, D.C. on January the 6th. They said it was a white middle-aged man, and then they show this 30-something-year-old black guy, skinny black man. The image of the person that they captured was obviously a 30-something slender black man. He had like a goatee. And, you know, and they described it as a middle-aged white man. It's like, are you kidding me? Here you're saying this, and then you're showing an image on the screen of a black guy. And I mean, they were taking a beating on that one. Well, you know, that's true. You can't just shoot anybody. Some stuff's coming out where that particular agent that was involved, he'd almost been run over previously He's got a history of being almost run over. He had uh, he had almost had somebody hit him before. You know, they use their vehicles like these. Some of this terrorists, like over in Europe where they don't let you have guns. A lot of times they use hatchets and they use not machetes and such to attack people. But then they also like they'll rent a truck, one of these oversized trucks, like a U-Haul type truck. And there have been incidents where somebody will run up on a bridge and run into a crowd of people and hit 25 or 30, kill a bunch of people with a truck. Intended vehicular manslaughter. So, you know, it's not a good deal. It really is bad. Mr. Whistle, how are you doing, young man? Thank you for coming in. 10 in the house, 19 likes. Oh, 20? Okay, thank you. 20. Ah, my friend, Mr. Cabrera. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in. We have another week coming up, don't we? Don't we, everybody? It's going to be another week. Yeah, you don't need any grief. We certainly do not need any grief. That is true. Going to be 25 degrees tonight. Food, forest, permaculture. How are you doing, Howie? My friend. I tell you what, up north they're really taking a beating from the weather, but down here it's not that bad. It's not that bad down here. Yeah, the criminals will always be able to get weapons. You make them illegal. The terrorists and the criminals can always get them. The Chinese, they get them from the Chinese. They get them. There are ways to get them. Top G Network. How are you doing? It is a bloody mess. Honest to God, it is a bloody mess. I'll tell you that. A machete ban. Yeah, I bought my wife a new machete recently, and got her a nice one. Uncle Al's real big into machetes. She said, "Ask Uncle Al. He's got a bunch of machetes." bayonet. I won't show you what it fits on, but bayonet. Bayonet. Yep. Oh, Lord. Yep. Bayonet. What was that they said in that movie? Give them the bayonet. Famous line. Give them the bayonet. Thank you. Yeah, Uncle Al's big. He's a big fan of machetes. I have nothing against machetes. If I'm going to get you, it's more likely going to be barehanded, or chances are it will be, you'll you'll know it when it's last thing you see. So where are we at? Let's see. Let me see. All right. Topic 126, reported by mass media. U.S. seized BRIC assets worldwide. Russian tankers. As global conflict escalated, Trump pulls off the carrot and brings a baseball bat. The carrot or the stick? There's what they call the shadow fleet. There's a lot of voodoo going on with tankers and oil. A lot of under the table type stuff. And we have been seizing questionable ships. The Chinese are upset. The Russians are upset. It's hitting Venezuela's pocketbook. The Cubans are crying. They're, we do have the most powerful Navy in the world, and our air assets, nobody can compare to us with air assets and such. And we're tracking down, and it's open season on drug runners. It's open season on drug runners. It's not safe to be a drug runner. Topic number 127. Reported by CNN, ABC News, NBC News, Fox News, CBS News, Sky News. The Trump administration imposed a 500% tariff on BRICS nations, India and China, over Russian oil, including resource confiscation. We're really putting it to the Russians because they're not making peace with Ukraine. A lot of stupid stuff Putin's doing. Putin's not all there. He's not all there. And, Trump is, like the Democrats keep saying, oh, they're best friends, and Trump's an asset, and all this BS. No, he's not. He's really going after him. He is. Peter is down under. $17 HMR. Oh, yes, I love the $17 HMR. I've got a $17 HMR and .22 Magnum that uses an interchangeable magazine. .22. .308's a good caliber. I like .308. It's a good caliber. Shotguns are good. 20 gauge triple aught buck pump. 12 gauge double aught buck pump. Short barrels. Yep. Good stuff. If you need to fight World War III, I got your back. Is that Walter? Walter Davis, my friend, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming in, Walter. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Yep, Excalibur. Well, you know, the velocity, the 17 HMR, that little sucker is moving. I forget what the ballistics are. It's like, what, 2200, 2300 feet per second? It's moving. It's moving. It's really moving. Topic number 128. Reported by liberal media. Oh, God. Uncle Al and the liberal media. Yeah, 22 long rifle. That's good. Yeah, I like the 22. Yep. Good for target practice. The cheapest ammunition you can buy. Topic number 128, reported by liberal media. Trump and his administration defends the ICE agent. Trump says radical Democrat woman trying to run over federal agents is seen on the video. That ICE agent was not in the best position. He really shouldn't have allowed himself to be right in front of her vehicle. That was not good. Yeah, fake news. CNN. Yep. It really is. I miss fake news when I miss CNN when Ted Turner owned it. When Ted Turner owned it, it was down the middle. It was my go-to source for news. I used to like to watch, like Crossfire, and you'd have a guy on the left, you'd have a guy on the right. They'd bring in guests. You'd get both sides of the story, and the guy on the left was not a nut. He was a liberal, but he was not a nut. They weren't woke. They weren't this LGBT BS. They were a little bit more left of center in their opinions. The guy on the right wasn't radical right. He was a little bit right of center on his opinions. And they were both reasonable people. And that was the way you would describe the network. And I missed that CNN. I really missed that CNN. Before it went to hell. Yep, now it's so one-sided. Topic 129. Topic 129. Report by independent media outlets and Tim Pool. Blood-crazed leftist, socialist, anti-American, and radical Democrats riot and loot Minneapolis. Minneapolis is in chaos. as so-called political protesters clash with state riot police. While Trump says so-called ICE victim Renee Nice Good, Manchurian candidate, behaved horribly, riots are already erupting. The media propaganda machine is in full swing. Reddit is rife with lies and propaganda. They're trying to turn the woman into another George Floyd. It is a disgusting situation. And it is what it is. Truly, it is what it is. Topic number 130. Reported by liberal mass media and social media. Anti-American protests spreading in Minneapolis, Portland, LA, Houston, and more blue states and cities. The president and government officials are preparing for all-out federal arrest and removal of protesters and state officials that are causing all of this grief. I mean, we're talking stupid people. Truthfully, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be nice about it. The woman, honestly, the way the woman sounded, the way she was cussing, the way she was just taunting them, saying she wanted to fight them and go to war with them and all this BS. You know, how can you but feel threatened? Told the woman to get out of her vehicle, wouldn't do it. It's a mess. It really is. She had just recently moved up there, and she was she and her partner, they were radicalized. She had kids. Now their mother's gone. I feel sorry for the kids. It's just absolutely a messed up situation. Absolutely. Hillary, where's the emails? Yeah, I hear you. Hey, don't worry about it, Joseph. Don't worry about it. Yeah, everybody talks about crooked Hillary. The last sip was nasty. It's cold. Ugh. But I finished my coffee. That was nasty. So I am going to try my best to get the 2,200 subscriber giveaway this week. I've got my list. I've checked it multiple times. I'm disappointed that it's only 9 people that qualified to be in the drawing. And Enrique, you qualified with both of your channels. He's a faithful man. I have all the stuff for the giveaway. And I keep telling people, and Scott, you qualified. He took my advice. He went back and he checked, made sure he had all 5. So Scott, you're in the drawing. And Uncle Al's always in the drawing, and Enrique's always in the drawing, and Dave, my friend Yoda's in the drawing, and Melinda Elliott's in the drawing, and Rachel, mom of the four boys, is in the drawing. Um, you know, have to look to see who all's in the drawing, but they're always in the drawing. I mean, they're always in the drawing. They're they they're very faithful. Well, I hear you. I hear you. I look at my statistics, like the previous month, over 7,000 different channels viewed at least one of my videos. 7,000 different channels, and then I've got a faithful group that views, likes, leaves supportive comments, sometimes multiple supportive comments. I was looking back through, like Pat as an example. Pat out of Georgia, my father's home state, where his folks are from. I believe that's where Pat's at, in Georgia. And I keep telling her, uh, go onto my email. I put my email address on all my videos, not my shorts, but in my long form videos. I said, email me your mailing address. If you want to email me your phone number, I'll send you a text message. If you'd like to talk, we can talk. We can text, we can email. But email me your mailing address. You know, I want to do something nice for you. You're very supportive, and I appreciate you. And she leaves me a lot of like one of my videos. She left me like 6 or 7 comments. She commented about this. She commented. It's almost like a live stream. She was watching and then she was commenting. On this aspect and that aspect and all. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed reading all of that. I truly do. And well, bless your heart too. God bless you. I pray for folks, and I pray for you. I pray for multiple people in here. Scott, you need to send me your new number. You need to send me your new mailing address. You need to send me your new mailing address. I'm not going to tell you why, but you need to send me your new mailing address. I'm going to be blessing some folks. Uh, doesn't have to be. I'm so busy around Christmas time, I can't do it at Christmas. I spread it out across the year. I have, I have family members. Address hasn't changed, but okay. I tell you what, like family members. My wife was saying, "Well, what are you? What am I getting? What it was? Hun, bought a new truck. You want a new truck? I bought a new truck. Merry Christmas! It's our truck. And she drives it. My daughter, I bought her a new iPhone. I gave her a i iBook Apple computer. I gave her a 3-in-1 Brother laser printer. You know, it's like, well, we didn't. What did we? I didn't give her a card. I'm sorry, I didn't give her a card, but I gave her stuff. You know, and it's like I always take care of her. My kid. Well, but my wife's so big on wrap stuff up. It's like, hun, you knew we were getting her a new phone. You know, you knew that she wants to wrap crap up. It's like, well, let her unwrap it. I gave her the damn thing and said, you gotta change out your what is it, your little chip or whatever. everything migrates over. And I'm not a big techie. I'm not a big techie. Sorry. Wonderful. Uh, I actually have pictures of the new grandkid. Let me see. Christmas pictures. And she sent me a bunch of, I got to print them. She sent me emailed me a bunch of, or text messaged me a bunch of new pictures. Thank you. I think she is. I think she is. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Um, I probably will not do another live stream until this coming Friday. I don't usually live stream Monday through Thursday. I will try if I'm able to. My next live stream will be Friday. If not, it'll be Saturday. Come hell or high water, I want to get the giveaway, the 2,200 subscriber giveaway done by this coming weekend. I already know names are going to go in. I've got a routine that I do. If you watch one of my other giveaway videos, I've got a routine that I do. It's all planned out. I'm going to do it. And I'm sitting at 2203. No, it really hasn't. I hit it like last weekend, and it's just so I grow in spurts. My channel grows in spurts, and I won't have any growth, and then all of a sudden it just blows up. So that's where I'm at there. All right, Top G. I'm sure it did. He was born in December. He's a December baby. When I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day. I take my medication, drink my coffee, say the Lord's Prayer, get right with the day, get cleaned up. I make breakfast for the wife. Sometimes I'll have like a little cut a muffin in half, toast it, put a little peanut butter on it, drink my coffee, take my medication, get to work. I usually get off. I usually get up 4:30. I'm out the door 6 o'clock, 6ish. I'm at work 6:30. Sometimes before. I'm usually out of work about 4:30 on the way home. It takes me about 30 minutes to get home. And that's my routine during the week. Tuesday's going to be a lot of ARD meetings, special ed ARD paperwork. And then I got to get prepped up with more stuff for next weekend. It's a never-ending story. Just the paperwork kills me. That's what I do, is a lot of paperwork. I'm the intervention teacher for my campus. So I'm always intervening on stuff, trying to keep track and trying to contact parents and trying to stay on kids' butts to do their, to get their stuff done. But, it is what it is. So I appreciate you guys. I hope everybody has a really good week. Was a really nice live stream. I will plan on trying to do a couple of shorts every day. Probably put one out in the morning. Some of them really hit well, get lots of views, and some of them are clinkers for whatever reason. And I hope usually have more good ones than I have clinkers or clunkers or whatever you want to call it. I'll be going to bed in a little while. I really enjoyed this live stream. I appreciate y'all coming in. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful week. And join me this coming Friday. I'll post about it. for another edition of Coffee Talk. Really enjoyed this one. It was really good. Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed week. Text if you want to. Email me, and I'll try to get back with you. Everybody, please have a blessed day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.